guys, it's a Wednesday at Revival. You know how like when babies just start to grow up and you don't really seem to notice because you're around them all the time? That's kind of how this group and this business is that stuff happens and I don't notice, and it takes someone else to say, hey, this is new and that's different and this has changed. And then we share it with you guys. This is something that's got me definitely in a wrinkle. It's the Ducati Fuse custom project we've been working on for a while. It's been running, we've literally ridden it, but the last missing piece was the body. From the original CAD drawing renderings, this very closely mimics the exact design and spec of what we were looking for. But this is probably a $40,000 piece of garbage. One of the things I think is really cool to explain to people that watch these videos, and I've said all along, is that we're just normal dudes who decided we wanted to do kind of extraordinary things. And that means making a lot of mistakes. In fact, I would venture to say we've made more mistakes than we have had success. Not really, it's just barely. Sometimes I say it's 51-49. Anyway, we built this basis of the body shape, right? So the mounting points with the CNC fuel pump flange, the CNC taillight flanges that go back here, and then everything else you see has been hand formed. Unfortunately, through a lack of communication, perhaps, or a lack of coordination with our team, what didn't happen was the consideration of where the seam would be for the bodywork. So in other words, the overall design you can see from the CAD renderings was that the sides would be painted and the centerpiece would be polished. Someone made a bad choice. And by that I mean, instead of putting the seam on the sides where they could be hidden by paintwork, the seam was put right down the middle. And that means you've got a weld seam between two pieces of aluminum. If you do that, it's really difficult to polish, perfectly mirror polish, through the seam and not see the welded seam. It was extremely important to this client. We spent many hours and lots of resources on every single piece of this motorcycle. To have this, the kind of floating coup de grace on top, not look as good as the rest, was simply just not an option. It just wasn't. So I finally made the call that we're ditching it. We're throwing it away and we're starting over. Because it just isn't good enough for the quality of work that we're pushing for. The decision was made that it's garbage. So this will be a really nice decoration in my office, I guess. I shared with you guys the long story to explain to you that we screw up and make mistakes. It takes planning, it takes foresight, it takes thinking about building a motorcycle more like playing chess. It's not tic-tac-toe. You can't just go at it and make it up as you go. So that's it. That's the sore spot that's just sitting over here in my corner for me to stare at. There's the fuse. There's the amazing piece of work that's requiring amazing piece of work to go on top of it. So let's talk about some of our automotive projects because that's fun. So this is the C10 Chevy that we were talking about before that we did a bunch of upgrades on, technological upgrades. It's looking really good. The whole interior was stripped out, Dynamat was added. All the things that we're doing to it are an attempt to make it a bit more of a comfortable daily driver. Put in power windows and power locks into the factory doors with factory glass, which is pretty damn cool. This C10 is getting its full Edelbrock tune port injection set up on it. We're really close. They're putting the electronic distributor back in and working on the fuel injection system. Back here we've got a 93 Porsche 928. It's an original survivor car, and by that I mean it's never been restored. Super clean. It's got a wrap on it, but underneath this is actually really nice silver paint as well. We're upgrading the struts, a few suspension components, and a really interesting limited slip. And then this is a Porsche 964 911. Upgraded both these cars to the anti-gravity smart batteries that are out there because these things have notorious issues with the electronics, our electric system. The client has already been saved by that, and by that I mean he parked at the airport for a week, came back, couldn't open the doors, pulled out his remote for the battery, hit the button, car turned back on, started up, and he drove home. So now he wants those in all his cars, which is cool. In fact, come to think of it, this client owns all three of these cars, which is pretty damn cool. He's a good friend and a good supporter, and we're really glad to work on his stuff for him. So, and we're learning a few things as we go, which is kind of part of the fun. Back here, we've got a Husky 701 that we did quite a bit of custom work to. All aluminum side panels. If you don't know, the factory had much more sharp edges on it, and it was all made from plastic. Custom silencer, custom guards, custom rear tail section here. with a custom rack there and a custom rack here. This is all made from stainless and aluminum. Really cool. I think it added to the bike. It's all really come together. I think we're done. We need to clean it up, photograph it, take it for a ride. And then over here is this Guzzi track bike, which I know that one of the final steps was building a motor. This is just a mock-up engine. It's looking almost complete. Sans exhaust, but it looks really nice. It's turned out pretty good. If you can't tell, this Guzzi color was a copy of the Guzzi V8 green color, which, if I believe the folklore, that green color they used because it was paint they had for some like machine, and they just used it to paint the cowl on the Guzzi V8 with the big dustbin on it. That's what this was inspired by. That's the daily for today. Thanks for watching. Go to our website, buy some stuff. If you don't see what you want, email us, let us know. We'll see what we can get on the website or get a special order for you. Now's the time of video where most people ask for money or donations or whatever. I'm not gonna ask you for that. What I'm gonna say to you is, if you wanna see more videos and you wanna learn more of what we've learned, and you wanna see a deep dive into a lot of these topics, go to our website and buy something. We sell everything from motorcycle gear, helmets, motorcycle parts, specialized tools. We sell lots of things, and they've all taken us years to figure out what the best stuff is, and we figured it out. So go to revivalcycles.com. There's some really good stuff there. Everything from like kick-ass hand grips from Porsche to Radiance LED lighting and everything in between. We want to teach you what we know, but this stuff takes time and it takes real effort to make these videos and make them good for you guys. So go support us by helping yourself to the cool stuff you already need. And it helps us because we make a little bit of profit and then we can justify doing more videos. Thanks for your support.